Do you think that issues with your placenta is what has led to your baby's brain injury at birth? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorney practicing law here in the state of Maryland, and I would like to quickly talk with you today about a condition called placenta previa. Now, what placenta previa is it is when the placenta develops and it covers or partially covers the cervix. So the easiest way to understand this condition is, let's just say you've got a circle, okay? You've got a circle, and on the bottom of the circle, that is where the cervix will be. Well, normally what happens is at the top of the circle, that is where the placenta develops. But when we are dealing with placenta previa, the placenta begins to develop and it either can cover completely, it can completely cover the cervix, or it can partially cover the cervix. Now, why this can be a serious problem for your baby is because it can lead to serious bleeding. Now, when we have serious bleeding, what can occur is you can have a decreased level of blood and oxygen getting to the baby. So I know I've just said a mouthful, but I want you to understand that anytime you are dealing with placenta previa, where the placenta has either covered the cervix all the way or partially covered the cervix, and you've got massive bleeding going on, this can be a problem for the baby. Now, doctors, they can look at this and they can sometimes find this condition through the use of ultrasound. So ultrasounds can help doctors be able to know, okay, where is the placenta? How is it developing? Is it covering the cervix? Or is it partially covering the cervix? All of these things, doctors can use ultrasounds to help them out with this. Now, I briefly said earlier about how massive bleeding can cause problems for the baby. Remember, the baby is a part of mom. So if mom has an issue with blood and things of that nature, then the baby can have issues too. And we know that babies need blood and oxygen to grow and to develop the proper way. If there is a reduced level of blood and oxygen getting to your baby, then at that point in time, there can always be a threat of a brain injury to the child. And so what you can see is a medical condition called hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, or HIE, which is essentially, in its simplest form, a reduced level of blood and oxygen getting to the baby, which can cause a brain injury. So I'm talking about this placenta previa because if it is not properly treated, if it's not properly diagnosed, if these things do not happen the right way, then you run the risk of your baby suffering a brain injury in some instances. And for some doctors and in some conditions, it's going to warrant an emergency C-section to occur. So why have I taken the time to talk with you today about this important information? Because I'm giving you insight into this process in the state of Maryland. Maybe you're watching this video right now because your baby has suffered a brain injury at birth, and you remember there was a lot of bleeding going on, and now you're wondering, should an emergency C-section have taken place? And now you are wondering, how is your baby going to deal with these challenges going into the future? Well, if you have all of this going on and you would like to speak with me further, this is what I invite you to do. Go ahead and pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832, or if you prefer, you can reach me toll free at 1-833-4BABY-HELP. In addition, you can send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer birth injury, childbirth injury and medical malpractice questions just like yours all the time, and I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC, and we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.